Thank you, Dr. Neha. Thank you, Hindi team. Now we are moving to English session. Today is our 2052nd day of continuous webinar. Thank you all the participants for joining with us. As usual, we'll start with a silent prayer. Good evening and welcome once again. Today is our 2052nd day of continuous webinar. Today's our guest is Dr. Prakash Rao. Dr. Prakash Rao has not yet joined, I think. Doctor, are you here? Okay, Dr. Prakash Rao is BA, PG in Rehabilitation, MD, PhD, MPhil, retired research officer in CCRH, and 30 years of experience with the CCRH, undertook projects with the UNICEF and AIDS Control Society. He has already taken many classes for us. So everyone is, Prakash Rao is a familiar person for everyone. Thank you all the participants for joining with us. I think I'll contact Dr. Danesh to connect with the Dr. Prakash Rao, and he has not yet joined.
Dear friends, the International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy is about to celebrate our 6th anniversary at Bangalore. Most probably in next September. Hectic discussions are going on with the IFPH and university there in Bangalore. And most probably we are giving more importance to research papers there, how to prove the scientificity of homeopathy. All those things will be discussed during the time. And there will be not only homeopathic doctors, but the professionals, other students from other field and researchers from other field. All are expected to join our sessions. And the purpose is to giving a big hype to homeopathy. That's what we are planning. And Dr. Shaji Kudiat is having direct contact with the authorities there. As you all know, Dr. Shaji Kudiat is our vice president. And we will be able to plan these things in a better way. We are expecting more participants from the international side. So get ready for such a session. Hope all of you can join. So far we have decided to go ahead with the 2-day session. Sometimes we may have to extend the same to a 3-day session. And most probably it will be on a working day because it is being planned in a college. So the university may grant only during working time. That's what we are expecting. Yes, great. And the sir has joined.
No, doctor. Not it.
Okay. You can add something more on that, Dr.
Okay. Actually,
you can say
we
something.
have to make more participants. We have to.
You can say something about our
What, doctor?
last celebration. 6th celebration, 5th celebration at Kochi.
Yeah, 5th celebration. International participants are there. So, as a forum for promoting homeopathy, the next session we are expecting more international participants and more students. And every year we are trying to improve, and we are improving. Ma'am, I want to share my PDF in Zoom. How can I share? Could you please help me? Dr. Akansha.
Please open your video. Please open your
Please
video.
open the video, and
we can identify that you are a doctor, and otherwise you are.
what slides you want to share here? Doctor,
Please unmute yourself.
please, this is, okay.
Alexa.
Hello, good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. You can open your camera also, please.
First you open the
How
camera.
can I open in Zoom?
You can just open, just like.
Can you open the camera? Just underneath the this
Yes,
one
yes. I
screen,
have.
you can see the
Yes, we
Dr.
have given the
Prakash
permission.
Rao sir has
Ma'am,
joined.
if I can open PDF in WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay. Now our guest has joined, so we can go ahead with our set. Yes, sir.
Share.
Yes, ma'am, I can open.
This
Hello.
this is Dr.
Can you hear me,
Prakash
please?
slide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First. Sir, can you see my slides, sir?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes,
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Zoom back side. Give down. Okay. Ini mudah. Ini. Oh. Sir, can you hear me, sir? Hello?
Everything fine. You can go ahead, sir.
Okay, sir. Dear respected Dr. Dhanesh sir, Dr. Manoj, Dr. Kurubji, and IFPH, all the distinguished members, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. The science of similia, the everlasting legacy of homeopathy. What is this? Why this discussion is coming again and again? What is the reason to discuss all these things? I have made a PowerPoint presentation out of my article, which was prepared long back, just I refined it. Let us go through that. Now, while homeopathy continues to be widely practiced, valued for its individualized and holistic approach, the individualized holistic approach is now in modern medicine, now in genetic medicine, now in CRISP medicine, now in personal medicine. They have changed the terms and they are utilizing the all stolen homeopathic ideas. They are the personalized medicine, they are the individualistic medicines, they are the different types of, instead of calling that homeopathic medicine, that is genetic medicine, and all these things have been carried out and stolen from homeopathic organon of medicine, and for the title for latest development in the science have been accepted, and in turn everybody has accepted the holistic approach. The modern biomedical research presents conflicting evidence regarding its efficacy. Despite of stealing all these things, the individualized medicine concept which Hahnemann has invented in those days with the technical gadgets, whatever he was having, and in those days 200 when allopathic was totally down under, and he used the medicine, allopathic medicine as orthodox system of medicine and homeopathy as a modern system of medicine, and that made Hahnemann homeopathic system of medicine. Now that these words have been taken into modern medicine, but despite of all these things, now the modern, this discussion is coming. By integrating holistic concepts with contemporary systematic reviews and meta-analysis, this presentation, this paper aims at the present balanced perspective on enduring legacy of scientific challenges. We have faced a lot of scientific challenges. We have been through the Lancet from last 200 years after Hahnemann's during Hahnemann's presence itself, the Lancet came. Since then, Lancet was writing articles that have been criticized, and homeopathy has been criticized. Even 5 years back, they are criticizing homeopathy. Now they have stopped because the integrated system of medicine has come. The systems that are sustaining from last 200 years, despite of the criticism, now they understood. Most scientific development also came. Despite of that, whatever the scientific development we have made, it is not sufficient. Therefore, still we have to do more scientific research, and we have to know what is the mechanism of action of homeopathic medicine, which may in turn future may come. And that made us to discuss today, take up this topic and discuss on this. Now, the concept of similia. What the similia, similibus curenter, why the simillimum medicine is the fundamental research for us. Now the topic is the concept. See, yesterday we were having a topic, the everlasting legacy of homeopathy. And what is the principle? That everlasting legacy of homeopathy is dependent on fundamental principles. I have seen my previous persons who delivered the lectures, and for this concept, many people have added various concepts. But adding concept to concept without doing experiment, even after 250 years, but however famous and popular doctor he may be, it is not good on the part of homeopathy to accept them, because we have to take always concretely the our Bible, that is the organon of 6th edition of the medicine. And if we come with some scientific developments like what Hahnemann came during Syncona translation, if we come across such a changes scientifically, we need have to be change organon also. But we cannot add going on adding the concept to concept to concept to concept. Suppose, don't think otherwise. I will tell you one of the concept is the Herring's law of cure, which see from larger organ to from less important organ to more important organ, which are scientifically can't be accepted and can't be thought. Even if we read the physiology, the liver damage can't be cured before. If the liver damage occurs, if the fatty liver occurs, the symptoms will disappear. From less important organ to more important organ theory found to be not so acceptable. And the more important organ, first it cures. When it starts curing, scientifically the symptoms will disappear. So those are the some of the concepts. It is not criticism, but it is unnecessarily adding something without experimenting after the scientific development came. But before that, the concept that has been made by Hahnemann is found to be more scientific than the other scientists, the other homeopaths who have added their concept. That is the fundamental principles. The science of homeopathy has differentiated itself from the modern system of medicine. That is, the fundamental principle is science of similia. Had we removed this similia, we could have become like an Ayurvedic text of medicine, and we could have treated all the cases with our purified mother tinctures, and all the mother tinctures, if we make it as 1x, we could have treated all the cases, and we could have competed with allopathy, and we could have defeated them on the part of the physician, on the physician side of the treatment. But we made our own thesis, and Hahnemann made his own concept, that is the similia similibus curenter. A medical substance produces specific symptoms, which you know very well, the same substance that cures. So this is where it has binded us under some principles. If we remove this principle, we will be more successful than allopathic doctors and allopathic technology in the society, even in science also. But we are bound to have these principles. So now we have to add our potentization, and we have to bring our potentization into science. And this fundamental principle has been found to be highly successful, and it is the legacy, and it is the identity of the legacy and identity of the homeopathy. The other theory achieves is a drug proving methodology. During that time, there were no medical ethical committees, there were no rigorous rules, there were no identifying the immunomodulators, but at the same time, the drug proving has been taken on healthy human beings. There was no monitoring of biotechnic ecology to who is healthy human being, who is not healthy human being. Now he made a concept. Now it is our duty to develop those concepts further, and we have to take. That's why we are today discussing. The drug proving methodology is introduced a systematic drug testing on healthy voluntaries known as provers and documented the symptoms pattern at a highest scientific levels that were available 250 years back. That is, now this year we celebrated 271st birthday of the Hahnemann, and he started his drug proving at the age of 26, and that is exactly around 250 or 49 years back. Whatever the scientific technology that is being practiced, and he has taken stringent methods to prove the drug, and he himself prepared the drug. In those days, the scientific labs were not up to the mark. He could have purified drug also. When he understood the cinchona bark for malarial fever, and when he understood the topic of immunology without knowing that there is immunology, and he changed the Cullen's Materia Medica. Had he been provided with the infrastructure today is present, he could have made homeopathy too as scientific. But that's why what happened, the homeopathy is surviving, existing, found to be effective, and daily being criticized. The reason is we have to apply the scientific gadgets already to existing science. This is the only difficult thing, and it is not difficult thing, but our mentors, they never applied their hard work, and today's research, they do not want to take up the fundamental research. When the homeopathy is found to be highly effective in veterinary medicine, in agro-medicine, and they have funked, they were afraid that it will be lesser than placebo. They avoided, and now we are too behind than allopathy. There are no takers of the scientific research on homeopathy, so they are taking up homeopathic research at a higher level, and they are being criticized all renter. The homeopathy has highly developed in India, and homeopathy is highly popular in India, where homeopathy has provided the maximum cures, and that itself will speaks volumes. When the anthropologically success system is present, no scientist can say that it is unscientific, because many people have cured migraines, childhood bronchial asthmas, warts, peptic ulcer, hemorrhoids, fistula in ano, early stages of psoriasis, early stages of leukoderma, and so many cancer cases at the earlier stage. And the diagnostic aspect of the homeopathic doctors is high standard, and they are as better as any MD general physician, and that's why the homeopathy is existing despite of all the criticism in front of under various aspects. See, we are curing a scientist, we are curing a MP, we are curing a bureaucrat, we are curing the common man, we are curing the poorest of poor. That is the principles that have been laid down by Hahnemann, and they have found to be scientific. How they are scientific is our duty to prove it as a science. So the drug proving methodology. Third is potentization. Why he has taken all these things? Only to avoid the side effects and awkward practices by allopathic doctors during 200 years back or 225 years back. Now, everybody knows after 12 potency, the Avogadro theory is not applicable. If Avogadro theory is not applicable, how the allopathic doctors are inventing nanotechnology? and they are keeping the nanotechnological particles in the body to release insulin, to release thyroid. What happened to Avogadro theory? Why not the nanoparticles can be insulated by homeopathic medicine at some part? This thought has to come. So we also has to coordinate with them, and we also have to decide. But the efficacy is no doubt, it has been proved. That's why the WHO can't accept, at the same time can't reject, and that's why it is asking the scientists to do the research. This is potentization. Then the most important thing is whatever the individualization. This is a fantastic homeopathic theory. Even the modern doctors never identified, do not know, and I call them as fools, that they never accepted that the individualization that has been framed by Hahnemann exactly 224 years back is now gaining the popularity, and the same individualized aphorism number 1 to aphorism number 10 have been totally vandalized, copied, rewritten, and it is known as now individual medicine. That is our individualization. Even there are many books that will tell about the family history, the importance of the family history, how to examine a patient in allopathic texts. They have been copied from homeopathy. And this is the speciality of the homeopathy, that individualization took place, a specific treatment. See, the two patients will be there, one doctor will be there, and he prescribes two medicines for two different patients, three different patients suffering from the same disease. This was always criticized. 10 years, till 10 years, 20 years back, it was criticized. Now they are keeping mum. Even the WHO keeping mum. The highest think tank in allopathy is keeping mum, because they have developed a personalized medicine. In personalized medicine, it do happens, the dosage will change. In CRISPR medicine, it do happens. In individualized medicine, it do happen. One medicine, the power, the nanograms, the milligrams, and the potency. Even in vaccination now it is coming. Now even in vaccination they are telling that 1 to 2 years boy, 1 to 2 years child will be given 2 drops. From 3 to 4, 5 age they will be given 4 drops, and single drop is not sufficient. This came from the individual theory of homeopathy. This is the theory that made homeopathy to exist and to separate itself from the allopathic system of medicine. Simply you practice with your mother tinctures carefully in 1x or 2x, you will be the most highest successful doctor in your region than any allopathic doctor. Just make it 6x potency, below 6x potency. This has been not practiced because he was afraid of the side effects, and we were getting enough cures with the potentized medicine. Now we have done a lot of studies with 30 potency, and they found to be successful, and everybody says it is lesser than placebo without understanding what is placebo effect according to biostatistics. Even our homeopathic doctors, even the allopathic doctors also say that lesser than placebo, lesser than placebo. It is placebo effect, but nobody has made what is placebo effect. Placebo effect doesn't mean that it is because he thinks, he believes he is getting cure. I will rectify, I will clarify it later. Minimum dose and safety, and this has been observed. At the same time, if you go to Centimetria Medica, if you go to Hahnemann Organon, you also will find homeopathic aggravation. The homeopathic aggravation is entirely different from disease aggravation. See how minutely he thought the minimum dose for safety, at the same time the maximum dose, highest potencies may produce something, the homeopathic aggravation, and he worked totally and scientifically on homeopathic aggravation. In my last lecture, the homeopathic aggravation, when we did experiments, how the homeopathic aggravation has been found by phosphorus, by arsenic, in any potency or misused potencies, or in chronic diseases, daily 3 doses for more than 6 months, that itself has increased The difference between homeopathic aggravation and the disease aggravation has been understood, and he called it as a homeopathic aggravation. That's why he came to minimum dose and the safety of the medicine and the non-toxic and widely used vulnerable population. And we were successful from last 150 years in India. Now the research has taken place. Now the PhD courses are present. Why all these things are coming if there is nothing present in that? The thing is, the anthropological evidence is present. People who have been cured migraine are IAS officers and IPS officers. And in parliament, they are telling that they have been treated with sinusitis. So these are some of the proofs, and told people are speaking. But unfortunately, as a scientist, our scientific think tank, our homeopathic politics, our dual standards, our lack of knowledge, our lack of commitment to serve homeopathic system of medicine scientifically has made homeopathy to such a worse level. And despite of in India being democratic country, being a scientific country, it is existing means despite of being criticism by skeptics, it is surviving means. Just think of anthropological efficacy of homeopathic medicine. The minimum dose is most important, and the individualization is the backbone of the similar theory. And that's why we are continuing with the concept of the everlasting legacy of homeopathy, because we separated our homeopathy from the allopathic system of medicine only just on the basis of similia similibus curanter. Otherwise, it could have been another Siddha system of medicine, where the Siddha system of medicine don't think otherwise, just make you to understand the Ayurveda Siddha is practiced, and they are giving crude doses like allopathy, but they never came up with the scientific development and the acceptability from people like homeopathy. The reason is all the allopathic components have been stolen by Ayurvedic doctors. Sorry, all Ayurveda concept have been stolen by modern doctors. So for example, see, I will tell you some of the 5 drugs which I told previously. The opium and digitalis, belladonna, atropine, all these things today, see, all for cinnamomum gilanicum is nothing but metformin, and where their structure has been stolen, and that structure will be all the Ayurvedic drug structure has been stolen, and that structure are coming as a modern medicines. Now all immunomodulators, including gingiber, that is, see, gingiber was also stolen, and their products are coming in modern medicine as structured medicines, and these Ayurvedic doctors and Siddha doctors were sleeping. And phosphorus, plumum metallicum. The gold injections are very popular for rheumatoid arthritis in allopathy, and gold is one of the medicines. How it will be effective in controlling the suicidal tendencies and rheumatoid arthritis, how gold was used in ladies, why gold is used only in ladies, why not in gents, why it has been prescribed, because the fibromyalgia, vitamin D deficiency is more in females because of estrogen hormone, so they will be always depressed. That's why gold has been presented to women, and gold ornaments were made to wear so that the absorption will take place and their depression will disappear. Those studies have been carried by allopathy, and that produces vitamin D deficiency. Ultimately, a woman will develop fibromyalgia, that is about joint pains everywhere without any symptoms. And at the same time, silver nitrate, that is argentum nitricum, that's why the ornaments were found to be to prevent the disease, prevent the infection in the body. And these theories have been carried out by allopathic doctors, and they came with personal medicine, and now they started giving gold injections. Now instead of gold injections for rheumatoid arthritis, they are coming with nano chips of the gold in the rheumatoid arthritis patients. So these are some of the things which have been stolen from allopathy Ayurvedic knowledge, and they are unaware of this. Though they are aware, they can't do anything because the base product is the same. But whereas in homeopathy, it depends on similia similibus curanter and existing from last 150 years and always fighting with the modern system of medicine and separated itself and almost all offering its treatment to all the diseases that a general practitioner will treat, and from infections, from epidemiological diseases to chronic diseases, particularly for various chronic diseases, the patients who have been left by allopathic doctor and where allopathic doctor has thrown away from his hospital that the patient can't be taken anymore, any treatment, patient will come to homeopathic doctor. This you have seen in your practice, in your experiences. Every homeopathic doctors from young to old, he will treat only left out cases, cases that don't have treatment, cases that don't have uh, uh, appropriate treatment, cases that where the Davidson textbook of medicine, Harrison textbook of medicine says now no more treatment will be given. For example, COPD, chronic bronchitis, and lung disorders, liver, the last stage of the liver damage. You have to prolong the life, you have to improve the quality of the life. And particularly, I will tell you, nowadays allopathic doctors came for stroke medicines. Those stroke medicines have been copied from Ayurveda. Now, Ayurveda, though don't want to happen, there are no takers because their medicines have to be purified. That is a long term. But whereas in homeopathy, we potentize, we are treating stroke patient too. So the justification is holistic perspective. Global acceptance. Why the global acceptance for homeopathy came? Why it has been removed? Number one is present. See, in everybody thinks that in America homeopathy has been thrown out just because homeopathy was not popularized. No, it is not like that. The homeopathy in 1936 has been taken away from America because of the Industrial Revolution. What is the Industrial Revolution? The bottle cost is more than the alcohol cost. The package cost is more than the alcohol cost. So in 1936, after Second World War, the America has taken a global economization and they revolutionized. And when they revolutionized, they thought that producing such a cheap medicine and wasting on package of the bottles and package material for the medicine that is present in the bottle is cheaper. So the homeopathy has been banned from America. Not like in recent years when the parliamentary committee in London has accepted that homeopathy is not up to science. But in America, the homeopathy has been banned because of industrial revolution, not because it is ineffective. WHO knows this. That's why it is managing, and it is asking the homeopathic system to exist and do more research and come back. So this is the global acceptance. We go with Ayush system of medicines because Indian government, the politicians, the bureaucrats, the think tank, our own homeopathic double standards, doctors from smaller level to highest level who supports the government without knowing everything. And there is nobody to convince the minister and the policy makers are not up to the mark. We go with Ayush system of medicines. We are not opposed to any system of medicines, but we are not in a position to convince that what is the speciality of the homeopathic system of medicines. I will call all the intellectuals in the higher places are double standard persons, cheaters, and they do not know what knowledge they have. They always insist that we are curing the patients, which patient is responding. No, we have to come across that our theory is individualistic, generalized theory. We apply individualistic theory, but we treat general population. And such is the data. There are no persons, there are no takers. Each secretary, whoever comes, they will go with their whims and fancies, and they will come to various places as tourists, but they are not interested in research. One secretary comes and says, you carry out research on diabetes. The second secretary comes, carry out research on osteoarthritis, but homeopathy needs the fundamental research. The IAS is a title, but it is not a qualification. God has to give good minds to the politicians, the bureaucrats, as well as our think tank homeopathic doctors at the higher level. Homeopathy can be saved, and homeopathy is truth just because of similia similibus curanter, and that is the really that has separated, and that is making us to speak today emotionally about homeopathy. So the global acceptance. Switzerland have incorporated into healthcare systems. Countries like Switzerland, see the most unfortunate thing with the WHO and with white skinned people in America and London is somebody has to tell. See, there is no homeopathic system or homeopathic college present anywhere except in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Brazil, South Africa. But our people also will go to international conferences, and they attend an international conference. They present the paper for RMP doctors there, who is a mechanic, technician, plumber, and those plumbers will come and write something. And see, the admission of the foreigners has not increased at all, and our think tank, I always call, they are not in a position to take people from foreign countries, particularly from America, to study homeopathy, and they are not using the help of the bureaucracy, that the homeopathic system of from Indian qualification to see in a lesser population the cure. The what happened with me in Pondicherry, when out of 80 medical colleges where all the cases have been discharged that they will die, when they come to homeopathic system of medicine with little people of homeopathy in our Pondicherry, the population less, and each and everybody knows. And when we are providing some treatment, when the patient is surviving, when the patients have been treated with childhood asthma, when tonsillitis, naturally the allopathic doctors are accepting. Today I am conducting research only by the sympathy and help of the allopathic doctors, but not because of our homeopathic doctors who accepted my research or recognized my research. They accept, but they do not know what they have to carry. This is the fact. The same thing will happen in America, but our homeopathic doctors do not know how to introduce ourselves, how to put our foot in foreign countries, just because they are confused. And every homeopathic doctor is a victim, and no homeopathic doctor takes for the lifestyle disorders at the end stage of their career or end stage of their age. Bypass surgery, they are undergone on, they will be on dialysis, and they will be going on treatment, and they will feel proud that they are taking highest treatment in a corporate hospital. This is the thinking of the homeopathic doctors who are at power in all the research councils and everywhere, that is making homeopathy. It is not like you. The determination what Manoj and Dhanush and your association is having, the determination our think tank at higher level is not having. You must believe me, and see, you are continually conducting this program, but our government do not have that. How to convince our prime minister that homeopathy be accepted in Germany, where it took place. And let us send this. Let us send our doctors. Let us give treatment along with their treatment. Let them have a policy. Let them have a memo of understanding that nobody, no doctor is having such a great caliber. This is the sin of the homeopathy. Then come to the evidence suggesting beyond placebo. What is the scientific evidence? See several meta-analysis report, statistically significant effects. These are some of the references. These findings suggest the possibility of small treatment effects, particularly in individualized approach through methodological limitations remain. I will tell you one secret. My own council never believes their own studies. They write papers. This fact I have to tell to you people because you are the people who are holding the association and you are the persons who are following the quotation of Hahnemann, dare to be wise, adi separe. So that's why I am telling here with great difficulty. Our own people, see, we have a magazine. Our own people never believe our own magazine's article. All the biased, see, every study has been found out to be biased. But no homeopathic doctor carries even such study. That's why every general practitioner will attend WHD and listen to the think tank of the selected people. See, do you know that in homeopathy, any seminar, is there any seminar except one or two in a year? Not more than three, because I have statistics. Will they call abstracts? Will they call like whatever is happening in All India Institute of Medical Sciences or Calicut Medical College? Will they call the abstracts from all over India? Will they accept the abstracts if somebody is not known? It is not like that. They will select the people who will speak. They will select the audience who will listen. If somebody questions, he is the victim. And there is no research. Even today, even after development of AI and such conferences, even I am one of the listeners of such conferences because I have to exist and I have to live for the research of homeopathy. So I have to cultivate a habit of living with them. So this is the bad status of homeopathy. Despite of Hahnemann did lot of work, despite of we are minting lot of money with homeopathic practice, despite of homeopathic success, and just because of this similia similibus curanter, and these are the evidence supporting the placebo level effect. Now I will take exactly 4 minutes to explore placebo effect. See, placebo effect means in English system of medicine, in modern system of medicine, in science and technology, in veterinary science, in every science that deals with the scientific structure, the placebo effect. Suppose I will tell you one example, taking the paracetamol as one of the drug. Paracetamol, think that paracetamol is highly effective. Highly effective means how much? 80 to 85. What is the maximum drug that is highly effective today? Is only paracetamol. And what is the efficacy rate? 92%. If the paracetamol never brings down, they are known as non-inflammatory steroid, non-steroid inflammatory, anti-inflammatory drugs, NACIDs. So what is that NACID percentage? 92. If the paracetamol is not reducing the fever, what is the other medicine that will be used? Acetic acid. What is the percentage of acetic acid? It is only 60. Then the other disease, the drug comes, that is analgin. Novalgin. What is the efficacy? It is around 40. So the total 98% success has to come means the allopathic doctor has to struggle a lot. He believes the paracetamol, now the analgin and the acetic acid have lost their marketing efficacy and they are the old drugs. That's why most of the people in hospitals with sepsis, they die because they were not in a position to control the fever. Whereas for such a sepsis patient, your gelsemium, your aconite, arsenic album, or something like that, if there are 10 sepsis patients, one patient will come out. And if there are 10 sepsis patients in allopathic ICU, all the 10 will die. And this is for 82% of efficacy rate. Now come to what is placebo level. What is placebo level means if the drug is lesser than 30% of efficacy, it is known as placebo effect. Placebo effect, many people will tell that, see, it is neurological, psychological, hypnotherapeutic, paramedical, and that is known as parapsychology, where a child can be fooled, where there are many thinking that it will do. See, many people in diabetes, chronic diabetic patients I will find, many hypertension patients I will find, we have done an experiments with 23 patients of hypertension. We have opened their desk and we started giving some pill. Without believing anybody who is giving the pill, he believes, he swallows that pill thinking that he has taken hypertension medicine and his hypertension will be under control. Because number one, psychology placebo effect. Number two, the yesterday taken hypertensive medicine will continue in the body for around 40 days. The half-life of the drug will continue in the body, that will hold the hypertension. If he is not taking medicine for more than 10 to 12 days, the half-life of the previously taken hypertension medicine will come down, then only it will be understood. The placebo studies were also not fully concluded. My dear homeopathic doctors, Dhanusha and team, you kindly explain to everybody. They will tell that placebo studies. But the placebo studies in modern science also not extensively carried out. They only think that instead of medicine we gave that they have been discharged. But the blood pressure control will come with anti-diabetic medicines, with painkillers, with other medicines too. That study they never made. They never made any study on parrots or pigs or animals. They will believe their placebo and study whatever the WHO, a Nobel Prize winner, if he says wrong also it becomes right. That is the status of the scientific ability of the placebo effect. Now, real placebo effect is, if it is lesser than 30%, it is known as placebo effect. If you are taking 100 patients of the same disease condition and you are treating, if you treat, you can treat only around 20 to 28%. That is known as placebo effect. Because it is having placebo effect, it is not science. But my dear friends, you have to know that homeopathy is made on similia similibus curenter principles. When you have taken similia similibus curenter, you are limiting your efficacy of the cure, and you were given all the cases that are incurable: childhood asthmas, chronic sepsis tonsillitis, chronic otitis media, meningitis, comas, lack of sensation, neuritis, psoriasis, which don't have answer at all except palliative medicines. Such cases you are curing. If you cure one case and your drug proving is on 56 to 70%, and that drug proving can't be taken nowadays because of ethical committees. We have not carried out animal provings. We don't have caliber to prove animal provings. Despite of the anthropological efficacy, we are giving medicines. So your drug, suppose the most drugs, if you do repertorization, whatever may be the quality of the repertorization with whatever computer gadgets you have, you will get sulfur, arsenical, phosphorus, calcaria carb, silesia, pulsatilla, sepia, and rest of 2 3 medicines. But if you repertorize, what are the repertories? That is, see, bryonia. If you want to repertory, if you want to give simillimum medicine with zincum metallicum, arsenicum sulfatum flavum, it is very tough. So when you can't, if it is, they are not coming on repertorization totality, how we are giving and how we are found to be successful? Because the repertorization process is also having the limitation around 60%. Don't, nowadays the repertory writing became a fashion that is known as table research. Everybody takes Mentida Medica and repertory, stay at home and publish a repertory book which has been not verified. It is not Boger's repertory or Kent's repertory. And you will find in repertory, climbing the second step of a building will produce breathlessness and everybody copies. So all the symptoms are, if the repertory is so correct, why not success is not imparting in our cure? So these all are bogus things that are taking place in homeopathy. So the placebo effect means lesser than 30%. Your drug has been proved on 7 people. You limited yourself a similia similibus curator. So your case will be always individualistic cure, not group cure. This one has to understand. Our homeopathic doctors are dullers at higher stage. They never understand this science. That's why the homeopathy is failing. For a general practitioner where you stayed in Kerala, Dhanesh is in Calicut. By the time the scientific ability reached to Dhanush, when our intellectual, pseudo-intellectual people will become real intellectual, this is the status of homeopathy. The only Hahnemann theory is still existing. The similia similibus currenter is continuing. I have 5 minutes time. I will finish in 2 minutes. From modern scientific standpoint, no accepted mechanism explains beyond Avogadro. Who is Avogadro? Avogadro is for substances, what for not for nanotechnologies. It doesn't mean homeopathy is nanotechnology. He don't know which he is responsible. Why we are keeping water memory theory too? Water memory theory also, once the water mixes with other water, the water memory theory will last. It will lose its memory. But if you keep water stand still like that in a bottle, it will keep memory for 2 months. But if you mix that water with your saliva, it will lose its memory and it brings, these all are blah blah theories. The correct theory is Hahnemann, similia, similibus currenter. So far we have not carried out anything. These all are the supplementary theories. Everybody will come up with one theory and he grow for 5 years to 10 years. He will build up his practice. He will become rich. He will cheat all other homeopathic following doctors. That's why what is happening in our colleges, nobody understands it higher level. There are no takers of homeopathy after passing the need. The homeopathic college principals and authorities, the owners of the homeopathic college knows how to get admissions. Why admissions are not coming? Why the cures? Why they're wasting around 20 crore rupees for a seminar? This our dullers at higher level. And laboratory research. Experimental studies, biological system have reported variable results. Nobody believes those results. Nobody, see, they do not know what are cytokines. They do not know what are the retinitis pigmentosa. They do not know what are rods and cones. They do not know how the blood pressure and what are the efficacy of the homeopathy on the kidney level on renin hormone. Who understands renin hormone? I have done a lot of my research, but whom I have to explain? Where are the takers? Where are the dullers of homeopathic system of medicine? And here, see, placebo and context of the effect. Therapeutics encounters in homeopathy. Characterized, consultations, individualized care, contribution significantly to perceived outcomes. And every homeopathic doctor is highly successful, and every homeopathic doctor always suffers with inferiority complex because he cannot explain his MBBS son how homeopathy is effective, but that MBBS son has grown to a MBBS doctor and MD doctor and a surgeon, became very popular because he has taken during his childhood only homeopathic medicine. He don't have time to say that homeopathy is scientific. At the same time, he don't want to talk against his father's theory, and he knows in his life that homeopathy is scientific. This is anthropological research that is keeping alive the homeopathy. This is not our homeopathic double standard doctors at higher level. And conclusion, the science of similia represents historical significant, philosophically distinct approach, healing introduced by Samuel Hahnemann. It endures legacy, lies in promoting individualized patient-centered care and minimal intervention. And this is the latest scientific, logical theory that has been proved in allopathic doctors also. They are coming already in vaccination. The potentization theory is present even in the drugs of allopathy, where they are living on milligrams doses. The potentization is coming, and they are also giving the exact drug. See, if suppose I will take again here paracetamol, if anybody needs paracetamol 500 milligrams, they are inducing 500 milligrams. If anybody needs paracetamol 749 milligrams, they are giving 749. This is known as individual medicine, CRISPR medicine and allopathy. Contemporary scientific evolution reveals high quality evidence supporting efficacy beyond placebo, but our own people never believe our own success. The tragedy, this is with hires. With the local physicians, they have seen cures, but they are suffering. Somebody will support them scientifically. Our scientific establishments are just only for name, for awards, for think tanks. By this, I will end my lecture today. Now, you can please discuss with me further what has to be done. And please, mic is to Dr. Dhanesh and team.
Thank you
Sir.
so much. You have explained many theories here that helped us to remember so many important concepts. Thank you so much for your lecture here. And the participants, if you have any questions.
Ram Pravesh Shaji, namaskar.
Namaskar, sir. Namaskar.
And Dr.
Congratulations.
Akansha, now it is a time for the Malayalam session, so there is no time to share your PDF. We can share your PDF in the
You can,
another
if you
day.
have any questions, you kindly ask my email. I will answer you. Thank you very much. Nice of you.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Very
Namaskar,
nice.
namaskar, sir. Namaskar,
Inviting
sir.
Dr. Ramparvesha, sir.
Ex-
You can say word of thanks to Dr. Prakash Rao.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Very, very thanks and congratulations. Similia, Silvas, Curencha. Homeopathic is a dynamic science. Homeopathic is an invisible science. There are three dynamic.
Yeah.
Medicine is a dynamic. Medicine is a dynamic. Act medicine, vital force is a dynamic. And
yes.
medicine is a dynamic, vital force is a dynamic, and homeopathic whole dynamic treatment. Our cause is a dynamic, anger, suppression, grief, yani three dynamic. It's called name of Similia Silvas Curencher and Similia Silvas Curencher. Very good describe, sir. Behalf of IFPH, whole team. Very, very thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir. Namaskar, sir. Hariharan, sir. Namaskaram. Thank you. Nice of you. Rest of all, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Ghar homeopathy, ghar homeopathy.
Thank you so much,
Yes, sir.
sir. And thank you, Dr. Prakash Rao, sir. Now I am handing over the session to Dr. Mariamma John. Dr. Mariamma John, you are the host now. I made you as a host and welcome to Malayalam session. You are welcome. Please.